Ryan Tristan Escobudo, our Vice Chairman.
Thank you, Angel. To our honorable guest speaker, Ms. Maricel Laurente, our very supportive level coordinator, Dr. Michael Joseph Dino, faculty of the College of Nursing, colleagues, and senior students. Good afternoon and welcome to our webinar with the team, the Braveheart Blueprint, a nurse supervisor's COVID-19 survival guide to psychological resilience, trauma, and coping. The COVID-19 pandemic has already claimed millions of lives, has affected many nations, has caused the economy to plummet down, forcing small business to shut down, and recently, our country faces several environmental catastrophes such as typhoons, flash floods, and earthquakes. But still, we are here fighting and showing the Filipino resiliency even though we don't know what tomorrow holds for us. Furthermore, it had been undeniably a challenge for our mental health. Everyone has been feeling anxious due to the mind-blowing events that occurs every month. And with that, may I ask you to ask yourselves these questions. Does my mental health still matter? What have I been doing to preserve my mental health? At this moment of our battle, effective leadership is very important because without it, our vote. Always remember that we are the captain of our own ship, and our obligation is to remain stable and strong while we are treading the stormy sea of life. In order to overcome this, I believe that the best combat gears we should bring on this journey are psychological resilience, effective coping mechanism, and most importantly above all, is our faith in Almighty God, that no matter what happened, He will still continue to guide us. With these pillars, we can surely surpass this journey and we can see the beautiful rainbow which awaits behind the clouds. Again, good afternoon and welcome, and always put in our minds that our mental health matters. Thank you.
Thank you for that inspiring remark, Mr. Gahudo. At this moment, we are virtually gathered here to listen to the one of our modern hero with a brave heart all the way from United Kingdom. And later after the talk, we will be having our open forum for your questions that you want to ask to our guest speaker for today. So let us now proceed to the much awaited part of our webinar. It is our honor and pleasure to introduce to you our very own Braveheart warrior from the United Kingdom. She earned her mentorship and nursing degree at the University of Surrey, Guildford, United Kingdom in 2015.
She also completed her Masters of Arts in Clinical Nursing at London in 2012.
In 2010, she finished her health and social care at Golders College in London.
A proud alumna of our alma mater batch 2007 for her Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree.
And a product of La Sallian community for her Bachelor of Science in Psychology batch 1997. For her nursing career, she served as a staff nurse in Las Piñas Medical Center and some hospitals in London, such as King's College Hospital and Queen Elizabeth Hospital.
And now, she is currently working as the discharge coordinator under the Operation Department of Ashford and St. Peter Hospital in United Kingdom. Let us now give our warm welcome and attention to our brave frontliner, Ma'am Maricel Laurente, UKRN.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Oh, good afternoon to you guys. And thank you for having me here as your speaker. And I'm so elated that you've invited me. And before everything else, I would like to congratulate every one of you for coming this far. And soon you will be my colleague now. And alumnus as well. And I'm so happy and I'm so proud of all of you on what you've been doing. At some point, I'm like you, and seeing you guys now, and brings back memories actually with Fatima. So yeah, Braveheart Blueprint. Oh, thank you Ryan and Angela for uh a good introduction. Um really you're all a good researcher. I believe yeah, you've done it well. And the Braveheart Blueprint. Yeah, I guess that would be me, Braveheart. So my life's blueprint really is not that not that easy, but I want to ask you the same question. What is your life's blueprint? So now each of you is a process of building the structure of your lives. And the question is whether you have a proper, solid, and sound blueprint. During this pandemic, tinatanong natin yung sarili natin, what is our foundation? Because that starts it all. When you're building a house, you will check. There is always an architect to check if the foundation is good and solid. So before coming to any countries, um, we as the nurses, we are used to during nursing school, we are used to um, this. We've learned about proper hand washing. We've learned about pandemic. We've learned about outbreak, but nothing really has prepared us onto now on what's happening now. So I want you to I want to suggest some of the things that should begin your life's blueprint. Soon you will be faced with so many questions. What will my life become? What do I have to offer in the world? And how can I influence the world? You know, you are in the best position now to ask this yourself. What's your blueprint? Some of you might be asking, I want to help my family, to build a nice house, to send my siblings to school. When I was in your stage, my life's blueprint is just to raise my two daughters and to give them the best possible education that they can have. But then, life wasn't easy, so I have to make a decision to leave them. So in your position now, and during this pandemic, focus on these questions that will help you, and then build as much deep belief on yourself that you can do it. You know this song, Greatest Love of All, learning to love yourself. Start with that. Learn to love yourself, and the basic principles and determination to achieve everything. Be brave. You have to be brave, and you have to build this as a foundation, because working in other countries, you are on your own. You will be your own hero. And if you have got a good and solid foundation, then you'll be fine even on your own. Because what I was going to tell you, it's totally different from working back in the Philippines and working from here. Here no one will tell you what is right and what is wrong. To um to to have a really deep belief on yourself and love on yourself, and then it will all boil down into that. I'm not sure if I'm making sense with you right now, but once you are here in the UK, or we wherever you go, then you'll be fine. So for the meantime, what I was going to tell you is during the pandemic, yeah, during the pandemic, I was with, I thought I was already equipped with everything because we're a nurse. We thought we're invincible. We know what to do. We know how to do the proper hand washing. We know the chain of infection, how to stop the spread of infection. But nobody has really prepared us if the outbreak or the pandemic is right before our eyes, isn't it? So during that time when I was tested positive, I was really have fear, not because I felt that I'm going to die, fear that um I'm my daughter just came in the UK. I haven't spent much time with her. Fear about uh Claudette is not yet here, and I haven't seen my granddaughter yet. Fear that I haven't done anything worthwhile. I haven't finished. I just felt like I'm still too young to die. So it affects your mental health. It affects your emotional well-being. It affects your physical health. And I was thinking to myself, will this COVID going to ruin me? Eto na ba yung katapusan ko? At some point, when I had this COVID, when I was tested positive, I was I had high temperature. I am tachycardic, and I'm not eating, but my blood pressure and blood sugar is high, and I just kept on sleeping. And during those times, I have got like colleagues who die silent death, like they just die while sleeping, and that scares me the most. I didn't know that uh, because one of the symptoms is that you know if you are immunocompromised, the virus, the SARS-CoV-2 virus attack at night when you are less immune, when your immune system is low. And so what I did is, if nobody is there with you, nobody is asking you to push you to eat, nobody is checking you, mamamatay ka na lang talaga without even knowing. So what I did is, during those times, I keep on asking for help from my colleague, from my bosses. I asked them for COVID testing. But yeah, we at some point madi-disappoint ka because they don't really know how to deal with it as well. We are all faced on a pandemic that you know we don't have vaccine yet. We don't know how to deal with it. We don't know the signs and symptoms. We just fear because of the inaccurate information on media, on Public Health England, on everyone. So as a nurse, you and I are in the best position to look after ourselves. We just go on what we just go on what we know, what we believe. Like, okay, infection control, proper hand washing, and I know that I have got pneumonia, so I am treating myself with pneumonia symptoms and how you treat pneumonia. And at some point, nung hindi ko na kaya, I have to call the 999. It's an ambulance team, paramedic. And I've asked them, can you just give me, because I can't breathe, can you just give me oxygen and then put me a cannula? So I told them. They said, no, we need to bring you to the hospital. But then I was scared. As a nurse, na mas delikado pag pumunta ka ng ospital because mas maraming COVID doon. And as a nurse, I don't want to be a part of the casualty. I've worked in the discharge team. I know how hard it is to make beds for people na mas nangangailangan ng bed from other than me. So I told them that I am a nurse. I am living with my daughter who's also a nurse, and my son-in-law who is a nurse as well. So we are all nurses here. So if you can just put me on suero and oxygen, that will help me. So and I the paramedics are kind enough to give me suero and then give me oxygen, a tank of oxygen and an extra one. So and I was all this while I was the resiliency. I was I have to fight for it. I have to fight for I have to fight the COVID by myself. No one is going to fight it for you. Because I've been asking for COVID testing. Wala pa kaming COVID testing that much. PPE, we're working really, that is true, sad but true. We're working on a surgical mask. You know that akala nyo we're in London, first world developed countries. We're full of PPEs and everything. We're standard, but now no. We were caught off guard as well na hindi kami nakapag stock ng mga PPEs, proper PPEs, and 95. We've been told before March, like February, that there will be a pandemic happening in Wuhan, but nothing really prepared us with all this. So March, I think that was March that happens, and we are all clueless. You think that we will be ready. We as a nurses, we think that we are okay, we can handle it. We know about Ebola virus, H1N1, SARS. We are used to every pandemic and outbreak back in the Philippines, and but then when everything is in front of you, and then we don't know what are we dealing with. Yun ang mas delikado, yun ang mas nakakatakot. Nakakatakot dahil nag-work ka without even knowing kung nag-harbor ka ba ng virus sa sarili mo, and then you go home with your daughter, you go home with anyone na immunocompromised. That's the greatest fear. And the greatest fear as well is halimbawang nagtatrabaho ako and I was working with old people, especially mga 90 years old, 100 years old. They are all immunocompromised. What if I gave that to them? So at that time, I was thinking, no, hindi ako pwedeng ma-destroy ng COVID. I have to go on. Kailangan maging strong ako. So what I can suggest, I was telling myself that okay, how do I stop the spread of infection? So nobody's really telling us what to do, or they were telling us what to do. Okay, proper hand washing, that's right. Put on mask, that's fine. And you have to build your immunity. And psychologically, you have to change your perspective. You have to change your perspective in a way na alisin mo yung depression, alisin mo yung anxiety. Just think about, just equip yourself, read a lot, read, and then watch movie, not watch movie, watch news on what is COVID really, equip yourself. So after a few days, of doing this, because at night, I know that my immune system is low, so I'm awake at night. I'm just sitting, watching news, and calling families. At some point, when I was so weak, I have to write a will for my two daughters. I have to write a love letter to everyone. I have to send forgive me notes to all the people that I've wronged. I have to send thank you notes to all the people who has helped me at some point. And I have to call my daughter every other day, Claudette and Chloe. I have to call my dad and say, just, and then they were all, you know, scared that what's going on with me. And I was thinking, oh, I think hindi tama na problemahin pa nila ako ng ganito. So, yeah, it's quite scary. It's quite scary, but it's a learning curve for me. It's a learning curve that I think if there's another pandemic, I will be okay. And then I want to impart to all of you that, you know, just just because wala pang makakapagsabi sa atin what is really, what is how what's the intervention on what to do with that, because wala pa nga nakakagawa ng vaccine. But then during those time na weak ako, I was writing all these signs and symptoms na naramdaman ko, like shortness of breath. Okay, if short of breath ka, just put on oxygen. If may taki ka, check your blood pressure. If you have um ask the GP if you need to take antihypertensive. And then like kung immunocompromised ka at night, or your immune system is low at night, I'm not sleeping at night, so what I do in the morning or in the afternoon, I stayed outside in the garden, and then there I slept. And at night I'm awake, I can't sleep like, flat down, so I have to sit down all night. And I told my GP why is that. So GP is a general practitioner, it's called like a surgery, no, it's a family doctor here in the UK. So I've asked them, and then they told me that at night, that is when the virus attack, because your body is less immune. So yeah, during those times, this is how I cope with it. And then after a few days, I'm okay. I think the changing of perspective helps. And and you know talking to families helps. And don't willow na nangyari sa'yo yan, it helps. And yeah, I'm sorry, Claudette is messaging me. Right. Okay. So what else I can add from there? Yeah, you are all nurses. We have to take this pandemic as like I will quote my boss in saying that we all gonna get it anyway, apparently. And it's we need to make sure our immune system is strong, so take all the vitamins you can have. And uh coping, I think social emotional, you need to make sure that let me see, that it's all well balanced. I'm not sure how to go on with the slide. She was telling me on go on with the slide. Let me just check. Right, workplace challenges. It's workplace challenges, infection control, personal challenges, and ethical moral injury. I'm so sorry, I don't know how to share my screen, because I'm just using it in. Let me just. I don't know how to share that. Can you check? Can you see that? I think so. Right, workplace challenges. Um, Working in the healthcare delivery field, nurses are more involved with the system, putting more stress to our inner core. Not really this, the COVID is a burden to the healthcare system, but it's also a burden to everyone, every one of us. It's a worldwide pandemic. And I want to discuss first to each of the nurses. Nurses are working under extreme pressures as well, and critical decision making. Like myself. When I was during this COVID pandemic, they won't let me go for off sick because I was doing job na on the operation department. So it's really hard while you were sick and people were calling you, what are we going to do with this patient? Hindi namin ma i-send home kahit na medically fit kasi they are COVID positive. The nursing home doesn't want to accept them. So they are bed blocking in the hospital. That's one of our problem. And some of the patient, the family does not want to collect them because they're scared that they are contagious and then they will be given the COVID as well. So it's really hard on the part of the hospital and hard on us because um we are human beings as well. We are scared as well. And so with COVID-19, we have got nurses who are all in the front line. Me as a mom, I'm scared because most of the people that were put on the front line are the new nurses, like my daughter. And most of them, they are like, we have got this BAME here in the UK, like black Asian and minority group. So they are the people that work really without asking, like if you send them in the front line, like you send them an A&E, they will work without even complaining na bakit kami na lang all the time working there. And during this time, wala pang nakakapagsabi sa atin what is COVID really. So we are all scared. But then in what we do in the UK, it's good because those those nurses na may mga problem, like elderly na sila, diabetic, we or pregnant, we put them out of the front line. We put them on we put them on the back side, like working in the office. So other workplace challenges, lack of appreciation. And when I had this COVID pandemic, going back in the work, it's a challenge as well because most of my colleague doesn't want me there. Like they're scared because they were thinking that I have this COVID. So I was um I was uh I was subject to bullying, so I have to deal with that as well. So infection control, one of the blueprint is infection risk. Oh, I've already discussed this one: acquiring infection at work, spreading infection to other people, and spreading infection to the people we love. We do all have this, but just a personal responsibility that if you think that you have it, even if you're asymptomatic, just when you go home, if you have got elderly patients, if you have got elderly father or mother, just don't go home yet. Just stay in the hospital. If pwede kang mag-shower dyan, magpalit ng damit, don't bring home your uniform. And then if you going home with children, that's what we do here. Most of my colleagues, they don't go home for like a month, for 2 weeks, and then because they're scared that they might give the COVID to their daughters or their sons. And then children, they are the vulnerable ones, elderly and children's, and they don't know they don't know the proper hand washing. So we are the best people to know. So just protect them. If don't no more kisses on kids, no more kisses. Kung gusto mo talagang i-kiss yung mga anak nyo, yung mga bata, just kiss them on the feet or on the hands, and then wash their hands. So we know, but not all of us know about it. We have to educate other people as well, because we have got loads of patients who are children, and then they are less immune. We have got cases that children died because of this. Parents kiss their child, sometimes not only in the cheeks but on the lips, and then they gave this coronavirus. So it's quite scary. So that the spread of infection mouth to mouth is the it's really high risk. So personal challenge, balancing physical and mental health care needs with those of patients, alignment of desire and duty to patients with those to family and friends, insufficient salary incomparable to the nurse-patient ratio and working time. So what I can say about this is balancing physical and mental health care needs with those of patients. So as a nurse, during this pandemic, you know, parang balancing I treat myself like one of them. I treat like and what intervention I gave mentally and physically, ginagawa ko din sa sarili ko. So I know, because we are all human beings, we are all experiencing COVID, and we all have to bounce back as well. Alignment of desire and duty to patients with those to family and friends. It's really hard because kung halimbawang ako sa sarili ko, I can't tell my dad that, okay, I'm suffering from COVID, I have got these symptoms, and much more to those patients. They keep on calling because they are hopeless. They don't know what to do. They don't know what's happening to their friends and family. So they just keep on calling us. The phone is like we are all like an operator. That's what I was telling my friends. Insufficient salary incomparable to nurse patient ratio and working time. It is right. Sometimes we used to work like 4 patients, one nurse, one HCA, or 8 patients, one nurse, one HCA. But during this pandemic, we have to more patients, less nurses, because some of the nurses are not well, some of the nurses are off sick. So the burden, like myself, nung magkasakit ako, na nagigilty ako because I was at home. I can't help other nurses. So that's adding to the pressure as well. Allocate ethical moral injury, allocation prioritization of care for all severely unwell patients with limited or inadequate resources causing moral injury to nurses. With this one, not really, because in the UK, with the National Health Service, um, the British are quite lucky because the National Health Service are providing for everything, and hospitalization, we don't they patients, they don't have to pay, and nurses, we don't have to pay as well. We were given medication free of charge. So exclusion and stigma on healthcare workers due to possibility of carrying COVID-19. That's right. This is right because like when I have a positive COVID test, I have to keep it to myself, and just with my manager, I've told her, but then it goes around like it spread like a fire that I've already got uh COVID. So you will be excluded with everything. They will scared of you. And up to now, I know that I will if I will have a test, I will still be positive. I've tried it. Nag-swab ako ulit, and then I'm still positive, but I'm asymptomatic. And I've asked one of the doctors, and then Public Health England, or the World Health Organization, told us that it's a dead virus shedding. So don't be scared. You're not contagious, but then it's a dead virus shedding in your immune system. But some people should know about this. You're only contagious up to 14 days na nagkaroon ka ng symptoms. After that, if you're as asymptomatic, then hindi ka na magiging contagious. So don't be scared. emotional, what is that? Emotional loss of control and due to unexpected tasks beyond capabilities. Um, Emotional loss of control beyond expected tasks beyond, right. This one, yeah, when you are when I was having COVID, yeah, I felt like loss of control, and because I don't know what I was dealing with and inaccurate information. But then you have to change your mindset, and then that's the only way na makaka-recover ka. Change your mindset, and then read about COVID, be informed. Emotional effect, feelings of being inadequately supported, emotional vulnerability, feelings of hopefulness and helplessness, sense of loss of control. I've gone through all these emotional effects, and feelings of being inadequately supported. Yes, I've been asking for a COVID swab for quite a while after I have the COVID symptoms. But then the hospital, my manager doesn't want to give me. They said that it's only effective after 5 days. They don't know as well. Nobody knows, and we lack of COVID testing. So what happened is I just stopped asking. Although I felt that, and I was thinking, I think I need to be my own hero. I need to treat myself because nobody really knows what's going on. And even Public Health England, they've been telling us different stories. Emotional vulnerability, yes, yeah, I was vulnerable that time, but and feeling hopeless and helpless. So but that was before the COVID, and while having COVID. But after that, changing mindset and everything, that helps. And that's my coping mechanism. Physical effect with me, Physical effect with COVID, I lost a lot of hair, I think. I've been having falling hair. They said I told my daughter that I've been having hair fall more than 100 a day. So that's scary. um is stressed due to workload. There's a lot of workload, like my emails keeps on bleeping, my phone keeps on ringing. Even if we are allowed to work from home like once or twice in a week, and even at home we have to be all the time on call, because I'm working with the operation department. So we are checking those medically fit patients, we are calling nursing home, we are calling care home, we are calling the family. And some of the family, they don't want their relatives to be with them. So it's quite challenging. Physical illness due to COVID, I still feel extreme fatigue. I don't know if it's some of the COVID patients is feeling that one, but I still feel extremely tired, especially in the afternoon. Irritability and lack of patience. No, I don't have that one. Triggers unhealthy habits. No, I think this is a bad coping mechanism, like, drinking and smoking. It shouldn't be that way. Keep away. It will make Drinking and smoking will make your immune system low. So stay away from that for a while. And what you can do is exercise. Try to exercise every day at least 30 minutes, and take loads of vitamins. If you can drink like from A to Z vitamins, take it. And yeah, and if you can try to de-stress, like um, do your hobbies, listen to music, watch movie on Netflix from time to time, do that. Social effect. Limited social support, infected family member, changes at working condition and environment, limited social interactions, social isolations, changes in daily routines. Okay, what I would say with this, and just accept that this is our new normal. working from home, accept that um there will be curfews, we need to stop going out, stop, not really stop, you can go out to exercise, to run, but then here in the UK we have got social bubbles. We can't visit other people, only 6 people. It's like if you have a party, you can't invite all of them, only 6 people at a time. Right. She was asking me to make it quick. Coping, adaptation, and strategies, commitment to self, right? Sub-dimension of psychological resilience, commitment to self. Yeah, that's what I was telling. If love yourself, if you can think of ways na magiging happy ka, like listening to music, taking a hot bath, hot shower, give yourself time to relax. Kung I don't know how you're going to do it, but I love massage, but I don't think I can do now. And advocate for yourself. Yeah, familiarize yourself with accurate information about COVID, so you better know how to deal with it. And legal protection, I'm not really into this, but maybe in the Philippines, if you have got the yeah, I don't know how you guys deal with that naman pag nagka-COVID ka. I think you can get money from that. So you just talk to your managers. And during COVID time, because most of us are at home, so maraming case ng harassment. So you have to safeguard elderly people and children as well. As a nurse, that's part of our job. So refers to belief that one can affect the various situations, put things in perspective, stay informed, avoid information overload, stay connected, and know your limits. That's right. Um, put things in perspective, and to do this, you have to to stay informed, read a lot, watch tele, check what's the news about World Health Organization. They keep on updating, changing. So although yeah, you have to read, but avoid information overload. If you think this is enough, that's it. So just go on with your life. Express the belief of individual change, maintain healthy lifestyle, take better care of yourself, practice mindfulness, sleep, move your body, adhere to treatments, seek help, find your balance and new normal. So this is our new normal. So this is our new normal. We have to wear masks, wash hands all the time. We nurses are used to that. Whatever you're doing, wash before and after. And don't forget to wear masks. There are loads of masks now. Surgical masks you can wear, designer masks, you can wear whatever mask you have. Just when you go out, just wear mask. That's to protect others and to protect yourself. I think I've talked a lot. And yeah, that's the last slide. The greatest glory in life is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. So yeah, that's me and my talk. And yeah, so for now, focused on your own blueprint. Um, love yourself. Start looking forward now. When you're staying at home, just focus on you know informing yourself, review for the board exam, review for IELTS, um, focus on what you really want to achieve. If you want to work in the hospital there in the Philippines, try researching the hospital now, what are their job descriptions. And soon you will be a nurse, you will be a licensed nurse. If you want to go abroad after the pandemic, after the lockdown is lifted up, just check online on what to do, the easy best way how to do it, so you don't have to waste your effort. And yeah, congratulations everyone. And soon, I might see you here, or we will be colleagues soon. So thank you for having me again. And yeah, back to the host now. I'll take questions as well.
Thank you for the very inspiring and informative talk, Ms. Laurente. Indeed, describing the nursing is calling and a selfless profession.
Okay, guys, let's now move on to the other part of our webinar, which is the open forum. But before that, while formulating your questions, Angel, let us first draw our four lucky winners of 300 pesos worth of cash or loan. Are you ready, guys? Okay, let's now roll the Wheel of Fortune. 君の虜になってしまえばきっとこの夏は充実するのもどんなその Congratulations to Congratulations to Miss Diana Matiza of 107A. For our second lucky winners, we have Evelyn at Bimula. Susan Solano of 107B.
For the next one is Miss Elise Advincula of 107A.
And for our last lucky winner, we have Mr. Dennis Taburo of 107B. Again, congratulations to Diana Matiza, Evelyn Advincula.
Solano and Dennis Puro.
As a reminder to all the winners, in order to claim your prize, please coordinate to our chairman, Ms. Elef Andamantan.
By the way, guys, for your prize, you can use the link after those
Okay, guys, the open forum is now officially open, and we are now going to accommodate your queries. Just hit your reaction button and key in your question on the chat box. Okay, ma'am? Ma'am Maricel?
Yes, yeah, I'm listening.
Okay, guys, the Q&A floor is now open. You may now raise your question. Okay,
Anyone po from 107A and 107B?
For our first question, we have
Game na to.
Okay. For our first question, we have Mr. Dennis Tuburo. You can now raise your question, Mr. Tuburo.
Hi, Ma'am Maricel. Good morning to the other side of the world. Anyway,
Hi,
before
good morning.
yeah, good morning, ma'am. Anyway, ma'am, before I ask you my question, first, as a Filipino nurse working abroad, I'd like to commend your hard work, your dedication and bravery in the midst of this pandemic, and your fighting spirit is such an inspiration to many of us. Now, regarding my question, I have read that patients' health has greatly affected even after recovering from the COVID-19. Some patients report that their physical conditions had declined even after contracting COVID. I'd like to know lang kung in your case, ma'am, can you say that you're completely healed from COVID? Like, do you feel as healthy as prior to contracting the virus po?
Oh, wait a second, unmuted. So, right, naririnig mo ba ako?
Yes po, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Right, for myself, same with the other patients, and yung experience ko as of this moment, naglalagas pa din yung hair ko, as in madaming paglalagas. I still feel extreme fatigue lalo na paghapon. And although I know that that's why I've asked my one of my colleague to test me again, to swab me again, and I'm still um uh coming up positive, and I've asked the doctors why is that. So sinabi nila that's a dead virus shedding. So it's still there, but if you're not asymptomatic, then you're not contagious. And I've still got as long as you don't have cough, you don't have shortness of breath, but then yeah, fatigue, and yung sense of smell medyo nawala, and then yung loss of taste as well medyo yeah, nawala rin. Those times yung sense of smell and taste talagang totally off, but then now meron na, but then hindi pa siya ganun hindi pa siya bumabalik na the full ano talaga na nalalasahan mo yung food mo, and naaamoy mo something, but then yeah. And you know, we were told that some of the patients, it just keeps on coming back. So it's still they're still researching about it, but yeah, they said that it can still come back, and then you can still feel you know, pagkapagod. I hope I've answered your question, Mr. Tuburo. Thanks.
Yes, ma'am, you did. Thank you po.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Tuburo, for asking question. Our next question will be coming for our level coordinator, Dr. Michael Joseph Dino. Dr. Dino,
Yes, I think this is supposed to be live, right?
It is
Okay, so
live.
yes po. Ma'am, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening po, Daan. So first and foremost, we would like to thank you for of course, sharing your time in journey with us this afternoon and with our students. So in behalf of the College of Nursing and the administration of the university, so we are very proud of you, and we would like to thank you for sharing your expertise to our students. So as being the level coordinator, a curriculum developer, and also an educator in the College of Nursing, so we would like to know your insights po, ma'am, regarding the soft skills that our students should develop prior to engaging in a world of work. Because as we all know po, the world of work is very much different from what it is being taught in the university, just like Our Lady of Fatima University. So we would like to know your insights po on what are those skills that we should hone to our students as educators in the College of Nursing po. Yung talagang magagamit po nila in the world of work. Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, Mr. Dino. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank you, to thank Fatima University for honing me and my colleagues. And, during my time, I was so thankful because only Fatima has given me the opportunity to be a second courser. I've been looking for university before, and that can credit my first course, psychology, and only Fatima accepted me during the
Ma'am,
yeah during
we're
those
very
times.
glad po.
So
We're very
yeah,
glad.
during those yeah I was with Survey. I think I was with Survey before. Who else? Yeah. So they are the only university that accepted me. They some of the university, because I've always wanted to be a doctor, but due to some other reasons I have to take psychology. And then but every time I see nurses and doctors wearing white uniform, I said to myself, I need to be like that. So only Fatima let me in their university without even starting from year one, from first year college. So thank you so much. And about your question on what to impart to nursing students now, we in here in the UK we are dealing with I'm working with the operation department. We have got we have got student nurses as well. And what I can say is nurses from the Philippines, they compared to nurses here in the UK, student nurses, we are already um, uh, far ahead from them. I think the skills that we are teaching the students in the Philippines are far better than what they are teaching here. So just like skills like proper hand washing, we do that all the time. Being informed about infection control, being informed about uh, proper managing or triaging the pandemic, the outbreak, we are good with that. So just just teach. I think basically what skills is to teach them how to start by building by a solid foundation within themselves, and then they can and that they can manage every pandemic, every outbreak, and then be if they can master all the skills, then they will be good everywhere they go. Like there are loads of skills nurses do. I think I don't recall anything that we can't do. Even I think plumbing we can do. We are very like a jack of all trades. We can do anything. So just be informed. Just put that in their head that they are good, that they can do all things once they put their mind into it. So these are the basic skills that nurses should have. But the foundation, we as educator, we need to hone this mentality that um, Filipino nurses, we are good.
Very excellent answer, ma'am. Ma'am, if you visit the Philippines po, kindly let us know because we would like to invite you to visit again your alma mater. So I'll be
Oh,
inviting
I
you
will
in
do.
my office po and we can have a simple chit chat po. Okay, thank
Yeah,
you
I
very much,
will
ma'am.
do. Yeah.
Thank you po.
Are you? I'm not sure because we look familiar. But I'm not sure if we studied on the same time, but maybe I'm ahead of you, but yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Actually during the time that I'm taking my nursing degree at Fatima. So I have lots of friends who are second coursers, psychologists, doctors. So
Right,
yes po.
okay.
Anong batch po kayo?
2007.
Okay, 2007.
Yeah.
2005 po ako, ma'am.
Ba mas matagal ka sa akin. So, most of my colleague here are from 2005 and 2006. There are nurses here as well. Mga nurse supervisor, nurse manager na. We were all graduate of Fatima. We
Yes.
have got reunions here, and then we are all thankful to Fatima for giving us a chance. Mostly second courser. And yeah, we have got mga first courser din sa ano namin, sa batch namin.
Yes.
Nung pumunta ako dito sa UK, we are all from Fatima. That's why the hospital, they believe that a student from Fatima, they were very good. Because most of us, are alumni of Fatima. I don't know if you know like George Geriba, you
Ah,
know.
yes po. Yes, ma'am. One of my kumares are in ano po in UK. My
Ah,
classmate, my former classmate at Fatima. So, her
sino
name is
yan?
Emily.
Emily.
I'm checking the new name po. But they are husband and wife po. And when I visited the
Ah,
UK years ago, several years ago, so I was
yeah.
catered by Emily po, my classmate.
Oh, that's good. I have got, yeah, Vida, Fida. Yeah, actually, Fatima students and Fatima graduates, they're making good names here in the UK. So when they know that we are graduates of Fatima, we don't have to go through a strict, you know, process of yeah, we don't have to go through a strict process of employing nurses. So yeah, we have got a good names here
Thank you
because
very much po. And
most of the nurses, sisters and brothers, we are all Fatimanian. So yeah,
yes po, rise
so
to the
that's
top,
good.
ma'am. Rise to the
So
top po.
definitely you're doing the good thing, for imparting us all these skills.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much po. That's very good to hear. I'm going to share that to everyone at the College of
Yeah,
Nursing.
and my daughter as well, she's already here. She
Yes.
just came last year. Imagine, just graduated. I think she graduated last 2018 or 19, and then she already working here as ITU nurse
Wow.
and respiratory nurse. Yeah. See, and most of her classmates from Fatima is coming here as well. They just waiting for the IELTS. That's what I was telling these guys, that if you want to make it in your blueprint what you really want to do with your life, and to make an effort now while in COVID, review for the exams. And if you want to work there in the Philippines, research on the hospital that you want to work with. And then if you want to go abroad, just take the IELTS.
Yes
Yeah.
po.
I think because anywhere, worldwide naman ang pandemic. So, um, you know, everyone is on a lockdown. So they can't really do anything about it. Just stay at home, and study, isn't it?
Yes po. Yes po. I
Thank you
agree
so
po,
much,
ma'am. Ma'am,
Dr. Dino.
Apo, thank you very much po. And I think some of our students would like to ask interesting
Yes,
questions
yeah.
po. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doc Nino. Our next question will be coming from our batch, Mr. Patrick Pestano. Patrick, Mr. Pestano,
Nawala si Patrick.
um, Balikan na lang natin si Mr. Castaño. Let us call Mr. Francis Miguel.
Hello po? Hello? Hello?
Ano, may sabihin,
Miguel.
Hello po? Hello?
Hello, I
Hello
can
po, good
hear
morning
you.
po. Sorry po, okay na po ba yung audio?
Yes, yeah, I can hear
Yes po
you.
po. Good morning po, Ma'am Maris. Ito po. Ang question ko po, pasensya na po, medyo unstable po yung connection ko. First of all, thank you po. Isa po kayo sa mga frontliner po natin dito sa pandemic po natin ngayon. And ang question ko po, well, ano po ba kayo? Well compensated po ba kayo sa work niyo po ngayon? Unlike po dito sa Philippines, some of our colleagues po, kasi hindi po sila well compensated about sa hazard pay, sa ano po, sa kanilang mga salaries po.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, thank you for the question. Yes, yeah, we are properly compensated. I gave that to the NHS. With because here pag nag-off sick ka, they will pay they will pagbawa nag-off sick ka for a month or for how many weeks or month, they will give you your salary buo, walang bawas. And then yeah, you are allowed in the whole calendar month 11 days absences. But then if you have got COVID, you will be paid according to your salary. But then it's not in this the same as in the Philippines that you get like sabi nila 100,000, hindi ganon. Mas okay nga diyan eh dahil you get like 100,000 on the spot. I think kung totoo nga yung sinasabi ng mga kasama ko. But then dito pagka nag-off sick ka, like sinabi mong may COVID ka o may sakit ka, kahit di ka pumasok for one whole month, buo yung sweldo mo. I think that's what the hazard pay and that's what the leave pay, sick leave pay is. So it's the same, but we don't have extra. And then ito yung pinaglalaban namin dito to get extra compensation, because I don't think we have got hazard pay. We just only get basic pay. And until now, because we have got agenda for change pay, that it was already with the House of Commons na sinasabi nila na nurses daw, because it's already our job, so we don't get an increase in the salary. Pinakikipaglaban pa din ng mga Briton yan up to now. But yeah, with the compensation, mas okay pa din yung kahit na basic pay lang compared to other countries, mas competitive pa rin yung salary. Kahit na kahit na walang hazard pay, okay pa din yung mga salary. But then you have to think as well na mataas yung cost of living ng UK. So bumabalik lang kung ano yung binibigay nila, nagagastos mo din. Yeah.
Ayun po,
I hope I have answered your question right.
yes po. Thank you so much po. Thank you so much po.
Thank
And
you.
keep safe po always dyan.
Yeah, thanks.
So, thank you, Mr. Castaño. Let us now call on Miss Micaela Balunan for her question. Miss Balunan.
naka-off ka. Ayan.
Hello? Hello? Is that Michaela?
Miss
I can hear
Balunan,
you.
are you here? Are you still with us?
Hello? Oh. Na-press ko yung ano, yung hand.
Okay. Miss Balunan?
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, I can hear you.
Hi po. Hello po.
Hi,
So,
good afternoon.
so my question is, with this COVID po, what are the strategies you have put in place to deal with psychosocial needs of both the patients and you as a staff nurse po?
Yeah, with strategies that I did is psychosocial. That means yung psychological, mental, and social. So what I did is, you know that we can't accept relatives in the hospital at the moment, and we are not allowed to accept visitors. So what we do to ensure that na well informed about their patient, because most of the patients that come in the hospital, they are all coming from nursing home, from care home, they're quite elderly, and we just call them one by one, and then reassure them na okay yung family nila, and na okay na we're doing our best na para ma-support yung relatives nila, father or mother. But then kung yung pasyente is we've done our best na, and then is still going downhill, so what we do is we speak to them about palliation, about palliative care. And if you know it's really hard on our part to tell them over the phone na we've already done our best. It's really it affects us as well, because the family, they were crying on the phone, and sometimes you can't help but cry as well. So during these times na nagsasabi ka sa family na your father is dying, your mom is dying, and then they can't see them. So it's really heartbreaking. So what we do, we just tell them as slowly and straight ahead that this is what's going to happen. You can't see them. We do video calls if they want to see the family. We do as we hold the patient's hand while talking to their family. And then emotionally, what we do after doing this, we just sit in silence, and then just basically think about that this is the best for them. And yeah, it takes really a strong nurse to do this. It takes really a strong heart, a brave heart, to being able to deal with family telling these things, that your father, your family, your mom or your kids is dying, and then the next day they will be looking for the ashes. And because we don't bury them now, we just cremate them, most of them. So yeah, what I do when I go home, before I go home, I just take shower in the hospital, and then have coffee with myself to Starbucks, or when I drive, I just stay in the car for quite a while, listen to music, so when I go home, I'm okay. You just do whatever you can to de-stress. And if you need to speak to your friends, to your colleagues about certain patients, you can call them. We have got loads of WhatsApp now, we have Messenger, we have Viber. So just if you can't let it out in your system, just call them, and then ask them if you made the right decision in doing so. So yeah, if you have got support people on your side, I think that's the heavy weight is much better. Yeah, because you don't want to call your family and then give the burden to them, because they don't understand it. So might as well call your colleagues, because they were in that position, so they are better people to advise you and to listen to you. I hope that answers your question, Michaela.
Yeah po. Thank you po.
Thank you.
Okay, is
Hello.
there any more question, guys? So I think, ma'am, that would be our last question for today. Thank you, ma'am, for being with us today, even though we know you're in a strict schedule. So this marks our Q&A portion.
I have a
Okay,
question, Rai.
okay
Can
po,
I
ma'am.
have this floor? Sana
Okay po.
lang. Pwede pa ba, Ma'am Laurente? Thank you.
Oh yes, yeah, yes, ma'am. Okay lang.
Okay po. At in terms of handling those who died in COVID po, is it the same handling here in the Philippines na the dead is being cremated right away po?
Yes, yeah. It is still the same. Like yeah, from the hospital, we we don't bury patients now. We just cremate them, and then before we give the ashes to the family. But I think now I'm not sure if they put it on the um I think they put it on the urn right away, but I'm not sure if they give it to the relatives or do we keep it for safekeeping while the virus is still there. So especially patients who are COVID positive, because most of the family they will um, put it in the ashes in the lake or something. So we advise them not to do that. So just if they want the ashes to take with them, they just need to keep it with them, not really putting it in the mountain or the lake. So yeah, we are the same. Yeah, still it's the same with other countries as well.
Thank you po, ma'am.
Hello.
Thank you.
Thank
Yes po,
you.
ma'am. Thank you po.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you po, ma'am.
Is there any further
Is that all? Hello.
Yes po, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead po.
Yeah, I would like to extend my congratulations to all of you for doing a job well done. I think mas magaling pa kayo sa akin. When during my time wala kaming ganito webinar. Ngayon lang ako natutong mag Microsoft Teams actually and the Zoom with the during this pandemic, and then talking online. Before my time walang mga ganito. So yeah, congratulations soon to be nurses, and galingan nyo sa board exam, and yeah, focus now on what you really want to do with your life after graduating. And yeah, kung ano yung mag-prioritize na agad kayo, we're good in prioritizing. Yeah, that's my 1 cent advice.
Okay, thank you po, ma'am, for that wonderful advice. Once again, ma'am, we are so thankful to have you this afternoon. Okay, before we
Thank you.
officially end this webinar, let us now call on our chairman, Ms. Ilem Andamantay, to deliver her closing remarks and give further instructions for your e-certificate.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Go ahead, Ilem.
Okay po. So, a pleasant afternoon to everyone. Kumusta po kayo?
Ayos
And
lang.
again, we are the NCM 107B Group 1. And first of all, we would like to extend our sincerest appreciation to our resource speaker, Mrs. Maricel Laurente, for giving us her time and sharing her experience and expertise. And to all the attendees who participated and stayed despite the connection problems, thank you so much po. To our level coordinator, Dr. Dino, to our NCM 107 faculty, Ma'am Kahayon, Ma'am Karula, Ma'am Roque, Ma'am Orata, and to our webinar advisor, Ma'am Miguel, for all your guidance and supervision, and to Sir Joseph Vital For all the webinar assistance and guidance, we would like to extend our sincerest gratitude for making the first webinar organized by the NCM 107B students, batch 2020 possible. Thank you very much po. And as we adapt to the new normal, despite the challenges of the pandemic, today's discussion highlighted the importance of our mental health. It helped us to be more considerate of the people behind us, and in the meantime, may we always find a way to stay in touch constantly with our loved ones, follow strict health protocols, and stay safe. And as the cliche goes by, these too shall pass. And no matter what happens, we will win against COVID-19, not now, but eventually. So quick reminders for our evaluation. Please don't leave on our webinar yet. So for our evaluation, use our Fatima Gmail account. To all the participants, please follow all these guidelines. Use your Fatima Gmail account and complete name is required, followed by the given name, middle initial, and your surname. Because your complete name will be the one we'll be using on our real-time making of certificate. And you may click the link provided by our evaluation committee head, Miss Julie Banab, or scan the given QR code right away to your I mean, right in your mobile phones. So when you scan this QR code, magre-redirect po siya sa aming evaluation form mismo and you can answer. Please answer honestly. Wala pong tama at maling sagot. Answer all the qualitative and quantitative questions. And this is a one-time response. Why? Because we would like to filter all respondents' responses. And we would like to encourage everyone to avoid errors as Google Forms may not read our inputs to create our automated e-certificate in real time. So ganito pong itsura niya pag in-scan po natin using our QR code scanner on right to our mobile phones. Mobile phones. And after answering, wait for about a minute or two and your e-certificate will be sent shortly. So real time po ang sending ng certificate natin. And thanks to our Fatima Gmail account for making all this possible. And in case of errors or not receiving your e-certificates right away, you may contact me or all the organizers of the group 1 and we will send your e-certificate right away. And yeah, again, we are the NCM 107B Group 1 under the supervision of our webinar advisor, Ma'am Vilma Miguel. And we'll see you again next week to the Group 2's webinar scheduled November 25, 8 to 9 a.m. And thank you for your continued support. Stay safe and God bless. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Domantay. For before we end this webinar, let me remind you guys to please fill out the survey form so that you will be able to claim your e-certificate. Once again, I am Ryan and this is my co-host.
I'm Angela.
And we are the Group 1 of NCM 107B. Before we formally end this webinar, let us watch a short video presentation.